How are you feeling? You got John Rigg'd here, back from the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. Actually happened a couple of days ago, but just now getting around to showing my pickup video. Really quickly, a huge shout out to all the team for the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. We're talking about Nate, Rob, Kinsey's helped out for many years. I know Gerald's helped out for many years. He was a vendor this year. All the volunteers, and every volunteer who's ever volunteered at a retro gaming convention or any convention of any kind. You truly are the backbone of the convention, and these shows couldn't go on without you. Meet a lot of friends there. I could start name dropping names, but you know, some of them you'd recognize, some of them you might not. And you know, was able to meet new people too. People I either saw online or I follow on Twitter or something like that, and they were there too. Just a fun experience, and so happy to be part of the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo 2017. One of the best ones they've had in the past few years. And no offense to the other years, but this one, attendance was great. It was bigger. There was like more, more vendors and all that too. So it's another reason I love going to conventions. Love the vendors, and I love meeting new people. And if you stop by, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. The #1 question asked at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and it's I can't think of the words for it, but it's a positive. The #1 question asked at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo was, "How's Lily?" And I think that's so awesome that that either you keep in touch or you keep in contact, or you heard about it, you saw it on Facebook, you saw my video on YouTube, and Lily's doing fine. We're still playing the waiting game. We still don't quite know. The newest update with Lily is, I mean, she's happy and smiling, best she can, and we're keeping her on the pain and keep checking, and we're just still playing the waiting game. Her teeth are still, jacked up, for better terms. There was the tooth that broke off inside of her lip, was still a clean break. So they tried to reapply it, but they're also but what was left of her teeth are still too loose, and they're thinking she probably fractured her skull. That whole, where the teeth sockets are that hold the teeth in place, she probably shattered that too. So that's the update. But thank you everybody who stopped by. People actually dropped off cards in person. They dropped off gifts for Lily in person. Like, oh, here's this is for Lily. Make sure she gets it. And we'll do a Lily video later. And also thank you to everybody who sent in a card or a postcard. And she's also received a lot of gifts too, like coloring books and all that. She loves it. And thank you very much. It's really gonna help this summer go by a lot better for her, since she can't ride a bike, she can't go swimming, she can't play, she can't be a 10-year-old girl during summer vacation. And we'll look back on this and laugh and smile, but right now, just making the best of it. And she's, she grew up from this, like 10 years grew up from this, where she's just like, well, this is what we're doing now, nothing we can do about it. So that's your Lily update, and sorry to go off on that for a moment here, but again, Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, big thank you for stopping by. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next expo. I guess the next one's going to be the Missouri Game Con in August. But let me show you my pickups. Here are my pickups. I'm going to go through these as quickly as I can anyway. We got... Where should I start? Worked out some trades, and I'll show you some trades here. Haven't had these in a while. I saw these on someone's shelf, and I was like, oh, Maximo. I remember Maximo. It's kind of like it's like a 3D. It's like a 3D platformy Ghosts and Goblins kind of. So they had Maximo, and then right under that they had the sequel. So I picked up had to pick up both of them. It's been a while since I've played them, so looking forward to checking those out again. Same vendor also had Sword of the Berserk. I'm a huge Berserk fan, I had this at one time, but I traded it off when I was shooting for a complete NES set, and I was happy to find it again, so happy to have that back in the collection. Another great game for PlayStation 1, Reloaded, Loaded, great game. This is the sequel, and it plays kind of like a Smash TV, but more blood, and rockin' soundtrack too. The Loaded soundtrack, I used to literally listen to the CD, I'd pop in the video game because the music's all Red Book. I'd pop in the video game, skip the first track because that's the data track, and just listen to it like a music CD. So much I loved it so much. And I love going to video game conventions. Another great reason I love going is because I find games I've never even heard of. Never heard of Juggernaut. 3-disc, looks like a survival horror, kind of like D or something like that, like a Seventh Guest or something. Had to check it out. Right, so I might actually do a specific video on that one later on. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, I actually picked up a new NES game. I haven't picked up a new NES game in I don't know how many years, but this is one game I've never ever had in my collection. And super clean copy too, but somebody had it for trade, and if you go to video game conventions, bring your extras, bring your good stuff that you don't need anymore. because that plays like currency at most conventions. Just ask around, ask if they do trades. Some of them don't. Some of them, like myself, I'm never looking for anything specifically, but I'm happy to look at your trades. And if it just means, you know, like you getting the thing you need, I take your thing, and even if I take your thing and I put it, you know, and I, you know, put it up for sale at the next convention or something like that, still happy to help out. So this game I'm actually keeping in my collection for a while here. I gotta play it. It's been a while since I picked up a new Nintendo game, so happy to have that. A while back I did a video about the top 5 games I didn't have that you probably do, and one more to scratch off that list. I did finally pick up a copy of Chrono Trigger. It's a legit Chrono Trigger. It's not a repro. Happy to have Chrono Trigger back in my collection. I've had it before. This might be the time I actually play through it. I might just pop in a Game Genie. I'll be honest with you. Something like this, it's been so long, I might just pop in a Game Genie, Infinite Life. I'm just gonna go straight through the game, just play the story. I just want to see the story. Yeah, I can watch it on YouTube. Of course I can, but I want to play it. I want to be the one playing it. Come on now. All right, Famicom Disk System. Super hard to find, but I found a few games there. I only picked up one of them though. The real name of this game I don't remember. Like The Adventures of Little Cat or something like that. This is Milo and Otis. They made a Milo and Otis Super Famicom. They made a Milo and Otis Famicom Disk System game. And it plays terrible, but I had to get it because it's Milo and Otis, so happy to have that too. And then my buddy Gerald, he was there. Gerald brings the goods, man. He has great stuff for all systems. And he had a wrestling game I didn't have, and I still have yet to make that list of all the wrestling games I have. But this is one game I didn't have, and this is Battlefield. I had this. This is a New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling. CC Great Muta, Tatsumi Fujinami, right? No, that's not. Yeah, there you go. Hiroshi Hase, there's Shinya Hashimoto, got Jushin Thunder Liger up there. Bunch of wrestlers. Now, this is for the Turbo Duo, or PC Engine Duo. Unfortunately, I already paid for it, and then I looked at it, and I was like, oh, it's an arcade, and I don't have the arcade card. So if you have an arcade card, if you have a spare arcade card, I don't know if you can repro arcade cards, I don't think you can, but if you have a spare arcade card for a Turbo Duo, let me know, because I'm looking for one now, because I want to check this game out sometime in the near future. Dave is also one of the organizers for the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. Dave Nunez, if you watch the Metal Jesus channel, he's been on there a few times. Like he did a, you know, he showed like the mini printing things. He did a video on like flight sims and stuff like that. But he does 3D printing stuff too. And he gifted me a very small Switch. I don't know if you can see how small this Switch is here, but look at this. These actually come out. Even 3D printed a mini GripCon thing here. So, I don't know. I saw him make one of these one time, and I was like, dude, that is so hilarious. So it's just like, he's like, oh, I'll make you one. So there we go. It's like the mini Switch with a mini dock. Oh, there we go. All right, that's just awesome. Oh, and one of the things that Gerald had too was he was like, hey, do you want this? I'll trade you something for it. So, it's a promotional bus, which I usually wouldn't care so much for, but this lid opens up, and you can put stuff in here. So I think I'm going to start bringing this around. There's already a few things in here, but every once in a while I get promo stuff for free. This is like lanyards, bottle openers, and stuff like that. So, I'm going to start putting like, you know, free promo stuff in this and bring it to conventions. Like, you know, if it's free, if you want one, take one, call it good. And, you know, that's probably what I'll use that for. Finally, my coup de grace. This is my coup de grace, and every pickup has a coup de grace. It could have been Chrono Trigger, but if it wasn't for, or maybe that Famicom Disk System game, I don't know. But two people I see often at conventions are Jared and Aaron, and super cool to see. We always chat about video games, of course we do. That's what we do. Jared's insane enough that he collects Atari Jaguar. I've never heard of anyone collect the Atari Jaguar on purpose, but he does. And every once in a while he runs across stuff, and you know, before conventions he might hit me up saying, hey, I have these games, if you're interested, I'll bring them, work out a trade, whatever the case might be. And this time around he was like, I found one, if you want it, it's yours. And I was like, I've always wanted one, I'm interested. You know, are you looking for cash? Are you looking for trade? I mean, I'm down for whatever. He's like, no, well, you know what? It's yours. And I'm like, I'm not going to turn down free, but are you sure? Because I wouldn't mind trading you for it. And he was like, no, it's yours, you're cool, you know, whatever. It's kind of educational, so maybe it'll help out Lily this summer. So he gifted me, and I'll see if I can hold it up here. I'll pull it, take it out of the bin here. I've never had one before. A Philips CDI. I've never had a CDI before. This is my first CDI. It has the power cord. This is the controller. Now, I understand there are D-pad style controllers, and if you have a CDI and you have a D-pad style controller, let me know in the comments or tweet me or email me, because I'm looking for a D-pad style controller too. This will probably get the job done for some games, especially like the coloring games and stuff like that too. But if you have a D-pad controller, I'm also looking for Hotel Mario, and I'm looking for the Zelda games. Now, when he gifted this, he did gift a few games with it. And I'll do a separate video just for CDI later. But I am looking for Hotel Mario, and I'm looking for the Zelda games. And I'm looking for Trouble in Paradise, or Thunder in Paradise. I'm looking for Thunder in Paradise, that Hulk Hogan TV show. They made that for CDI too. So if you happen to have one, again, let me know. I'm open to trade. I'm happy to trade. But he did gift over some games as well, including like Laser Lords. How cool is that? Laser Lords. I'll show off a couple of these. I mean, there's Space Ace. There's a pinball game. You know, some of these boxes are crazy here. Like, you know, the Crayon Factory. Edutainment, they call it. Edutainment, they call it. And then once I got a CDI, I'm like, these games are great. Thank you very much. I'll keep my eye open for more CDI games. And then at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and I'm going to give them a shout out because these guys are awesome. Right across the booth from me, where these guys, the logo is going to crack you up. Gamebound, all right? Find them in Kent. Hey, look at this. Bring your friends, get $10 off. How cool is that? Or 10% off. Sorry, 10% off on that one. But these guys were right across the booth from me, and we worked out some trades. You know, some of these games actually came from trades from them. Super cool guys. And I was just kind of casually talking to them the next day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, I picked up a good find, and I got something for my collection. My friend got something for his collection, and you know, and oh man, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's stuff like, you know, for whatever, CDI, something else." I'm like, "Tell me, CDI? Did you happen to bring any of it?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I brought the whole bin of it." So he brought out a bin full of, I don't know how many games, 15, 20 games or something like that, and they're all individually priced. And I made him a deal on just like, I'll give you cash right now for the entire bin. And he was like, you know what, dude, for you, by all means. So, along with that, got a whole bin of CDI games. Unfortunately, again, no Hotel Mario, none of the Zeldas, but a whole bunch of other CDI games. So again, later on, I'll do a specific video just for CDI, because I need to hook it up, I need to check it out, I need to check out some of the games, and, I mean, I need Hotel Mario, and I need those Zelda games if I'm doing a proper CDI video. I know, I understand, I know, trust me, the guy who makes Repros, I know. The guy who has a 21 solder pin PlayStation 2, I know. There is no copyright protection on CDI games, so I can just download them and play them that way, but come on, I've gotta have the original, man. Gotta have the legit deal. So if you or someone you know has a CDI and they're looking at unloading it, getting rid of it, they had some games, I'm looking for a controller too. Man, help me out, you know, just let me know if you can, and if not, I'll keep looking out for conventions, I'll keep looking online too. So those are my main pickups. Again, I'll do a separate video for CDI. I'll do a separate video for the stuff that Lily got recently. And again, thank you just for being there, and thank you for saying hi, and thank you for asking about Lily. I really do appreciate it. So until next video, more videos on the way. I do want to show you, I don't know. You know what? I did just pick up an import converter for power, so I might have to do that. The Sega Master System plug and play that I got from Brazil recently. So I finally got a converter to check that out. It's been a long time too. So more videos on the way. We're in summer break now. Again, I'm still filling in for 2 or 3 positions at my job. So I have my job at work, and then like other jobs, and then as soon as I get home from work, then, you know, it's all, you know, just me being a dad. So happy to help out, and thank you for watching, and again, thank you for everyone at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and I hope to see you at an expo soon. All right, thank you. Take care, and I'm gonna check out. I haven't had a chance to check out any of these games yet, so I'm gonna do some of that here. Hopefully this weekend. We'll be able to check it out. But till next time, take care and thank you. We'll see ya.